So for people that don't know, who are the Chelsea pensioners?
We're all ex-army people. We do not take RAF or naval personnel, nor Royal Marines, unless they've done some time in the Royal Marines and come out and then gone into the army. And it's considered the best retirement home in the world. Even America haven't got anything like this.
And talk me through your experiences in the army.
I served 13 and a half years in the Women's Royal Army Corps. I ended up teaching young men, young women, how to cook. And that was the day before good English food, not all this pastas and pizza and that. And I decided to become a Chelsea pensioner in 2009, when they first took ladies into the Chelsea pensioners. And we've got now 15. So women are getting there. It's taken a while, but we're getting there. That's the main thing.
And what are your views on feminism in the army?
Well, I think we are entitled to work or be there in the Royal Hospital, as we're all ex-army, and we've all been in various trades in the army. I was Royal Military Police for 23 years, and it was the best thing I ever did, leaving home to join up. And as I say, you travel a lot, and you mix with all sorts of people. And as I say, while we're at the Royal Hospital, we get out every day. We go to a number of stations to collect money for various charities. We go to the theatre. We're really totally spoiled. And it's as I say, the food is very good, really. We get kitted out. And it was as far as I'm concerned, it was the best thing I ever did, because I was living on my own, and I sat down one afternoon and I thought, now when I get too old to look after myself, where will I go? And having no family or cousins, I thought, right, I'll apply to the Royal Hospital, Chelsea. You have to be 65. You can't come in under that, really. And years ago, you used to have to do 22 years, but they've cut that down now to a lesser number now. And as I say, it's really, we have a wonderful time there. We get out to all sorts. Instead of being retired, we're out on all sorts of, places.
And last question, what's your best memory of being in the army?
Well, my first thing, come to Chelsea pensioner, you're proud to wear the Queen's uniform again. And it's been all the things you can get out and do, like visit schools, talk to women's groups and that. You were able to give something back, because the army gave me a lot. And being at the Royal Hospital, we aren't in our army pension, but for that you get all the uniform, 3 meals a day, fantastic medical care. You don't have to wait a fortnight to see a doctor. You can see one that day. And you meet people that I never dreamt. I've met Prince Harry 3 times, and last week Prince Edward spoke to me twice, but lovely. But they're just normal human beings, like we all are, and every day's a new experience. Like last week, I was up on King's Road giving away free plants from a thing to celebrate Chelsea in Bloom. So the gardener Ron was in charge of all the gardens in the Royal Hospital, gave us all these plants to give away to the general public. And some, sorry, we have no money. No money's involved, or we're travelling. And it was great fun. I mean, judging dog shows. It even helped to unveil the name of the Royal Train on the Queen's Diamond Jubilee 2012. If I'd been back in Yorkshire, that would have been something I never ever dreamt. But being a Chelsea pensioner, you never know what's wrong the corner. Do it if you can. Fantastic. Great satisfaction. Wonderful life.
And the majority of men, being at Chelsea, Margie may have probably forgotten about this, the men get a chance to go to all these football matches at Chelsea. They get a lovely meal there, a free programme, and I actually was there 2 weeks ago for the cup final, Chelsea versus Arsenal, but I'm an Arsenal fan. £115 those tickets we were given. There was about 15 of us, and only five Arsenal supporters. It was good. We go to Wimbledon, Wembley, the Edinburgh Tattoo. Where else do we go, Marjorie? All the theatres.
The greatest thing, excuse me, Koeie, is taking part in the Festival of Remembrance.
Yes.
The Royal Albert Hall, coming down those steps. It's so moving, because you're taking part, you're marching for not only those that died, serving the country, we're also marching for those that still serving. And it's the only time the Queen will stand up as one of the Chelsea pensioners come down the steps. I've been looking to it 5 times, only because I said I'll stand in at last minute if one of the pensioners will drop out, because you've got to be really fit to march down the steps, and it's fantastic. But unlike football, I don't like football, but I do get tickets to the ballet. That's fantastic.
I'm going to that Wind in the Willows.
Ah, we'll be there.
Will you?
Yeah,
I've been given a ticket.
Oh, that'd be nice.
But as Margie said, I've done that. At the Senate, I've 26 years, and it's quite funny when the order comes to march. It's all about our age. You think you're 20. And your shoulders go back, you show off, God, don't you? Yeah, makes you feel dead proud. It's a wonderful weekend.
Thank you so much.
If I can add one question.
Yes.
I'm just really curious to know about your jackets.
Sorry?
Your jackets.
Jackets.
The scarlet.
And what does this like?
The scarlet. Well, it dates back to when the British Army fought in any of the wars. The war's scarlet, so they could easily recognise their own side. They're not, against the enemy. There's different colours. And it's always been the scarlet coat ever since.
And we wear blues. We've got a blue jacket. We wear blue, our trousers. And we wear 2 different hats. Well, 3 hats we wear.
No, two to go out.
But we have a nice blue cap where we have our regimental, badge. And we wear different staple belts.
Oh, wow.
The one we wear on parades when the Queen's attending, like Festival Remembers, the ones we wore last week for Founders' Day, is the tricorn. And that is made of wood, the top part. It's quite heavy. And why it became a tricorn, a couple of 100 years ago, when there was up fighting the enemy, there was at war, they wore these like a felt hat, and they had ear flaps. And when it was raining, it was a bit of an encumbrance when they were trying to fire the shot. So what they did, they peeled the flaps, so you have 3 corners, hence tricorn. One flap up, and it.
Going back to what was his name, Napoleon. He wore those hats, those 3-corner
But
ones.
that was before then.
But our other one is a little blue one, a soft cap. So we've got 3.
No,
2
that's
blue uniforms.
That's just your the lounge cap, their own regiment. I could wear my own WRAC one, but I prefer to wear that one. But you can only wear them out. The forage cap, you can only wear it inside.
We only wear this one, going out shopping. And we can go out shopping.
Do you remember that time we went out about 5 years ago? No, about 4 years ago. We went to a big brew up, coffee, the Cancer Relief Supper at Wimbledon. I was in a taxi, And I'm a very good traveller. Suddenly I felt very ill. So
Yeah.
that came in very handy.
I was sitting next to her, Laura. I know. God.
But it came in. Thankfully I got a new one. So it hasn't used it.
Thank you so much.
What about those medals? You don't have the same medals. I'm just wondering where they come from.
Well, they're
That is the,
campaign medals.
that's the Malayan Peninsula medal, and that was for service in Malaya. And it was in Singapore when it was still part of Malaya. That was when there was trouble between Malaya and Indonesia. So all those that served in a troubled area for a certain length of time are awarded, that was the Malayan Peninsula medal. And the bars for Northern Ireland. And that is the Pingat Jaza one. But that was only given about 20 years ago by the Malaysian government for those that served during the emergency with Indonesia. Bimbo Charmaine's got a different one to me.
I've got the Middle East one, Northern Ireland, and the long service good conduct.
I won't tell you about a good captain.